All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome into today's edition of In the Game. I am your host, Hustle. As always, we're going to be diving into the Web3 gaming, the crypto gaming landscape. As Pikamoon launched last month, hit valuations of $150 million FDV right off the bat. And I mean, honestly, what they're building, I think on the surface, they see the culture, they see the community, but it's really interesting exactly what they're building. I have the co-founder and CEO with me today. We're going to dive into the ecosystem and go over exactly what is going on within the Pikamoon project. So without further ado, let's jump in the game. As always, guys, head down below, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel. We're pushing for that 100K mark here. We're like 95.5K on the subscribers, so help us out down below. And keep in mind, this is sponsored by Pikamoon, one of our top sponsors on the channel. Let's go ahead and bring on Luke, the co-founder and CEO of Pikamoon. How you doing today?
Yes, brother, I'm ready to drop some alpha bombs. I guess it's why your listeners are here at the end of the day, and hopefully I'm going to be the man to give it to them.
Yeah, no, that's what the listeners love. We're here to absorb all the alpha, and it's my job to get the alpha out of you. So we'll see what we can do over the course of the show. But Luke, go ahead and introduce yourself, and then in your own words, maybe dive into what is Pikamoon for someone who might not have heard about it.
For sure. I think you actually gave a pretty smashing interview on myself, but I am one of the founders and co-CEOs at Pikamoon. I guess a little bit of an introduction to what we've been able to do over the last year. A lot has transpired, but we did sell out a pre-sale. We raised $6 million. And with that, in a bear market, which was no easy feat to say the least, we've been able to build a 70-man team, software development house in Pakistan currently, 𝗷𝗵𝗆𝗄𝗎, which is exclusively building Pikamoon. We're actually upscaling that to around 150 people, 200 people, all developers working in the next 6 months, again, powering Pikamoon. And we do have our beta out on iOS and Android devices at the moment. Anyone could go download it. I encourage you guys to do, and we were able to build that in 6 months. As you said, we've actually launched our token more recently. That's probably the most exciting thing that's been able to happen. We got that fully diluted valuation of around 150 mil. I think in terms of actual market cap, we're currently trading around $20 to $25 million, which is up still around 300% from launch price, which to me is still extremely attractive in terms of valuation, especially comparing us against some of the biggest in the game and our competitors. And we've got a full roadmap that I'm really excited to get into, how we're going to go toe to toe with them.
Now, I was on mute. You mentioned that some of the game, it's live on Google Play, iOS, all that good stuff. What is the gameplay loop like? And it's the regular app store. You can just jump in and download it now.
Yeah, completely. So at the moment, it is, I'm not going to lie, it is pretty basic. But the main reason why we did that is because we wanted to get out the beta as quickly as possible. Because I think within crypto, just to say the least, is transparency is a bit of a problem, and to actually have a product and show what it is what we wanted that foundations for. So you could go in, you can download it. As I said, I encourage you all to be able to actually do that. It's a turn-based battle system, so anyone will be able to match make against anyone else, or you can also match make against the AI. You compete and fight against each other, almost like a Tekken style, if that's anyone's played any of that. And then you try and rank yourself up the leaderboards. And with the Pikamoon Hub, which is coming in the next sort of month or two, we're actually bridging what is currently a Web 2 based game, because you can't actually go away and earn any rewards. But we will be very, very soon with the launch of our staking, with the launch of our leaderboard system, is all of the players are going to start actually earning some Pika as well.
Okay, awesome. And how long has the game been in development?
Yeah, for sure. So we started development around middle of last year. As I said, we were able to actually get that beta out in 6 months, which was no short feat. And now we've been able to expand the team much more, and we are going to continue, obviously, expanding. And we've got a lot more gameplay features that we're going to be incorporating into this game, which is all going to be slowly dropped out over the next little while.
Got it. And currently, obviously, the token launched last month, the Pika token. What are some of the things that players can currently do with the token? And maybe what are some of the future utilities coming to the Pika token?
For sure. Well, one thing that actually happened with our pre-sale is we sold out the phase 3 allocation so quickly. We ended up raising, I think, around 1.5 million in 4 days. We gave ourselves a 60-day countdown to be able to actually sell out the remaining. And the main reason for this is so that way we could release the staking and all of these dApp features with the Pikamoon hub, like aligned when the token sold out. However, we just blew up. We went through too quickly. So currently the token is trading because we wanted to get it out and onto the market as quickly as possible. And what's going to be coming with the token to give it some more features, first and foremost, is the staking. Okay. And we're going to have direct staking and LP staking. So 2 different pools. And how it's going to work is as well is the earliest into those pools are going to be able to get the biggest rewards. Okay. So if we were to view this almost as a curve, if we're on the x-axis, we've essentially got the amount of TVL locks, or the amount of Pika locks, and the y-axis, we've got the amount of percentage APY. The people who get into the pool directly at the beginning, while the TVL is at its lowest, are going to get the highest amount of rewards. The one thing that I would say about staking in general as well is just people locking up their tokens essentially to be able to claim them and then dump them. It's a bit of a negative sum. So we wanted to do something a little bit different. We wanted to be able to add some more features into the staking. So people who do stake are also going to be able to get exclusive perks within the game and access within the game as well, such as NFT drops, asset drops. And again, when you do spend your rewards, if they are linked from those rewards from the staking, you're going to get exclusive access to assets that you wouldn't have been able to get otherwise as a non-staker, essentially. But there are going to be a lot more details to come as this is coming out in the next sort of 30 to 60 days, the next month or two. So I'd definitely say keep your eyes tuned, because as I said, more details also on the APYs and the percentages that you're going to get, as well as those exclusive features, are all coming very, very soon.
Awesome. And as far as like the gameplay loop as well, so you can earn through the staking mechanism, which is on the way. How does the economy work in game? Like, do they earn the Pika token, or how does the Pika token facilitate within the game?
Yeah, for sure. So currently at the moment, we're building out a full leaderboard based structure. Okay. And it's kind of similar to poker. If we've got 10,000, well, we do have 10,000 daily active users on the game at the moment anyway. The top 1,000 players, okay, for that, like 10%, are going to get distributed rewards to their account every single month. Okay. Like first place gets the most, second place, lower tiered system, it is going to be skewed. And with those rewards, you're going to be able to spend them in the marketplace, which again is coming, which you can use to level up your characters, earn more rewards as well within the game. We're also making an exclusive esports section and competitive section where you can wager your coins, your NFTs in our game.
Love it. Okay. No, that's definitely, I think the PvP wagering inside of the games, I think not enough projects have that aspect. So whenever you have some sort of like a PvP setting, I think it's a really good way to facilitate competition, and not only, but more add utility to the token, as every project is looking to do at this point in the market, right? I feel like a lot of GameFi tokens or Play-to-Earn tokens, they don't really have as much utility baked in as people would like to see. So as many intricacies with the token as possible. And I'm assuming on the staking, by looking at it, there's going to be a time lock as well. So there's a supply shock whenever the staking happens. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly right.
Okay, got it. And then, I mean, you mentioned the daily active user count. Have y'all been seeing consistent growth on that? Is it pretty steady? And on top of that, maybe go into how you guys were able to build such a loyal community in a relatively short amount of time. And I mean, you know, it's been pretty impressive. I see the sentiment across the timelines, sometimes in the YouTube comments, etc. So maybe jump into the user numbers like you mentioned, and then how did you guys craft out this loyal community in such a quick fashion?
Yeah, for sure. I think there's multiple levels that we can dive into there. And I'd say one thing, obviously the product is extremely, extremely important, but to be able to grow, it all comes down to marketing at the end of the day, and being able to foster a good community who are able to back the project. And we did have 15,000 individual investors into the pre-sale. We didn't take any money from any VC. And the main reason why we did this is, again, because if you incentivize the community to invest, they also become your ambassadors and spokespersons and spokespeople for the project. We actually have an ambassador program where we've got over 600 law ambassadors constantly preaching the word of Pikamoon. Again, how we've come back to be able to grow so quickly. It is a bit of a, secret sauce, I guess is maybe the way to say it. But one thing that I will say is we've only actually tapped into 6% of the English-speaking market within crypto, okay? And that's partnering with the best influencers in the game, like yourself, and being able to come on. We actually have 400 influencers who are going to be coming up, and we're actually dropping our open world trailer very, very soon, as well as with a new exchange announcement. So there's a little bit of alpha. And again, they are all purporting this. We also haven't even been able to tap into the South American market just yet. We have full campaigns to be able to do that, and the Asian. So it's just about constantly molding, adapting, seeing the potential market that we can move into, and making those strategic plans on a good product.
Makes sense. Okay. And what regions are you guys tapped into the most? You mentioned the ones that are kind of upcoming, but where are you seeing the most player base coming out of currently?
Yeah, for sure. Well, we do actually have a very big community within Pakistan itself. And that's mostly because of our software development company, which has been built out in there. And we're getting a lot of gamers from those regions. In terms of the investor side of things, we've actually, the way that you target a gamer and an investor is two different markets.
Yep.
It's completely different. And the investor mostly is coming out of these European and America. I think that over 60% of our investors are currently based in the US.
Okay, got it. And then the response and the feedback from the game. I mean, what kind of feedback are you guys seeing? Like the amount of time that they spend. I don't know what the key metrics are that you guys are tracking as far as the player base goes, but like average time in the game, matches played, all that good stuff. And what are some maybe of the gameplay upgrades? We mentioned the stuff that's going to be coming for the utility of the token. What are some of the mechanics inside of the game that are going to be revamped or updated in the coming months?
Yeah, completely. I guess what we could talk about is some of the actual software developers who are building this. We have game designers, we have writers, artists, modelers, riggers, animators, developers, to say the least. And again, a lot of people might think just because we're going into Pakistan that you're compromising on talent. But one thing that I also like to say is this is completely not true. Our lead animator, I think his name is 𝗲𝗓𝗄𝗏. Actually, we signed him just coming off of the Meg 2 movie, the one with Jason Statham, with the big blockbuster. And before that, he was working on Kong versus Godzilla. Again, lead animator in there. You can go check out his IMBD, and you can see all of these guys on the 𝗷𝗵𝗆𝗄𝗏 LinkedIn as well. Shahan Jahidi, our lead creative and concept artist when it comes to this as well, does university lectures all over Pakistan and has worked on some of the biggest TV series and movies in Pakistan, and again has his own IMBD. So these are the creatives and the lead people, the blood and guts almost behind Pikamoon, who are coming out and building this at the moment. Yes, as we did touch on earlier, at the moment we are very, very early in our development roadmap. We're really truly right at the start here, and with that the beta is basic because we've only had 5 to 6 months to actually go out and build it. But coming back to your question, is these guys are improving the gameplay mechanics, their upgrades, new characters, new environments. And there's almost two sections to this as well, because we have the battle system, which is more so the competitive element of Pikamoon, where you can go away, fight and earn rewards and then spend those in the marketplace, which we've also covered. And then you have the complete open world, which is also being developed. And the open world is a little bit different, essentially. This is more so based on exploration, crafting, and survival, similar to Minecraft in a way. And we're going to be excited to actually be able to show you that in the next couple of weeks with a mini sort of teaser trailer that is coming out.
Awesome. And I mean, obviously, like, what is the grand scheme vision for like over the next 6, 12, 18 months, really, as the cycle plays out? Where do you guys want to position yourself, and where do you want to see the game at in that timeline?
Yeah, for sure. Well, as I said, 𝗵𝗞𝗆𝗄𝗧𝗧, which is building out Pikamoon, the software development house, currently has around 70, or it does have 70 full-time employees. We're actually upscaling that to around 200 in the next 6 months. Our new office opens on Monday. Conrad, my co-CEO and founder, is actually flying out on Monday to Pakistan to open up that new office, and that's going to be super exciting for us. Again, in the background, those new gameplay mechanics are going to be improved. So there's going to be more animations. There's going to be more fight moves. There's going to be more strategies incorporated into the game. And we're going to try and get that out as quickly as possible, as well as incorporating all of these features within the Pika Hub, which is going to bridge us from that Web 2 into that Web 3 game with all of these NFTs. I actually missed a part of your question there. Sorry, from what you're beginning as well. I think there was
just like over the course of the cycle, where do you guys want to position yourself, 6, 12, 18 months down the line? Like, what is the grand vision for where you want Pikamoon to be?
Yeah, for sure. I think just to look at ourselves and, we are truly wanting to build a AAA quality style game, and we are wanting to benchmark ourselves against the best of the best. Okay. And we want to grow into that market. And let's actually look and take a comparison about where those guys were able to essentially achieve in the last bull market and where we are essentially in that cycle as well. We take a look at Illuvium. They had no beta in the last bull market. I think they actually reached a price of around $2,900 to $2,800 and an FDL of around 22 billion. No beta, nothing. We've already been able to deliver that. 𝗥𝗍𝗄𝗏 Infinity, obviously the first mover, but a very, very basic game. I think they reached around $160 market cap, which is around a $40 billion valuation. Okay. Pikamoon, for where we are, obviously the whole goal here as a CEO, as a founder, as our investors, we're here to try and drive up the market caps as high as possible. That is the goal. That is why everyone is here. And that's the game that we're in. And also the more that we do, the bigger budgets that we can raise. And then also the more that we can build within the game as well and continue expanding our output, which we've been able to do within Pakistan itself. Okay. Giving it just as a monetary valuation comparison, we're still over 1,000 times smaller than 𝗥𝗍𝗄𝗏 Infinity in what they were able to achieve in the last bull market. And that's not to say even that we aren't even able to surpass those peaks, And what our goal here is to be able to go toe-to-toe with them. We have that full roadmap, that full game plan. We've only, as I said, got into around 6% of the English-speaking market when it does come to this as well. We have all of this unrealized people who have no idea about Pikamoon. And it's our job over that next sort of 6 months to continuously grow, continuously express the message and tap into so that way we can show what it is that we're actually building.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the vision. And I mean, obviously the market cap is currently ripe for growth, if I have to say so myself. Where can people like jump in and maybe do some research on the token? I know that there's the documentation and stuff on the website, but where can they also get their hands on the token currently?
For sure. So we're currently trading on BitGet and 𝗥𝗍𝗄𝗏 as the two centralized exchanges. We do have a new centralized exchange coming out with the mini open world teaser in the next couple of weeks as well, but I can't officially announce who that is just yet. And we are trading as well on Uniswap. So there's all of those free current, the 2 sexes and 1 DEX, which is currently available. You can go, as you said, check out on our website, Pikamoon.io. We do have full tokenomics breakdown of our token if you want to do a little bit more of a deep dive. And again, just following our socials and Twitter again is going to be the best form.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously amidst this recent market dip, and like you mentioned, the crowd of investors versus players, it doesn't seem like your community is very wavered or flustered about what's going on out there. It seems like, and a lot of communities will jump project to project. But when I see this sentiment on Twitter and YouTube, it's quite impressive. I do have to say, and community isn't the end all be all, but it definitely is a strong suit when you have that virality to it on social media. So I have to say it's been pretty impressive to see the community shows up to all the YouTube comments here every time, and they show up to the Twitter. They show up everywhere I see Pikamoon. I mean, they're always flooding the comments. So it's pretty impressive to see what you guys have built over what feels like such a short period of time.
I completely agree. You know what? It is a completely short period of time. And I'm so proud to be part of obviously this and all of the community who have been able to come on and be investors and be the, the spokespersons for themselves and Pikamoon as those ambassadors and helping us grow, because we truly wouldn't be here without them. We're all aligned and on the same page. They understand the vision. I think that's one thing as a testament as well, as you've just said there. The market has dipped and we've actually launched the token in a bit of a shaky period, because if we actually launched it about a month or two, maybe prior to when we did, the market was pumping like this. Whereas we've experienced a little bit of chop. Exactly, when the gaming was hot. And yet we're still currently up, I think, around 250% to 300% from what the pre-sale investors got in at. So they're holding their tokens. And a lot of them as well, the staking hasn't even come out yet. And that's going to cause a little bit more of a lockup of the tokens as well. They understand inherently where we currently are in the market. And one thing that I will say with this as well is, I'm not going to come out here and say that our game is in as full-blown development as someone like 𝗥𝗘𝗓𝗢, who've had years to develop. But the difference between us and the difference with them is, in my opinion, the moves essentially already happened. There was a period of time where if you did get in very, very early to those projects, obviously that's where you saw the greatest potential of those returns. And our investors, they can truly see that within us. And I'm not here to, say this is what it is, but we have a full roadmap. We're building out a product to truly compete with these guys. And one thing that I will say again, when it comes to Pakistan and any business truly, let's just give an example here. If we have $100,000 to be able to spend in the business, if I wanted a Western developer, I'm spending $6,000 a month on the best of the best, or for those animators in this market. Whereas in Pakistan, I'm actually only spending $1,000. So I can get 6 of these developers, which we're not substituting on any quality, by the way. We're still getting the very best of the best for a way cheaper price. And also, they're working in a team, okay? They're aligned, they're incentivized, they can collaborate those ideas, which I think also makes for a better end product. We're going to smash in terms of output. And this is why we've been able to develop so quickly compared to the rest of all of these other people. And 2, we also have more money for marketing as well because of that, because we can save a little, but not necessarily save a little bit on cost, but we already have our output here. We can then use that to, again, tap into newer markets, make bigger strategies, and try to continuously grow into the future and unlock what already hasn't essentially been unlocked yet.
Yeah, for sure. I know that firsthand, building out a software product. It's night and day difference when you're dealing with a Western versus a non-Western developer, and it's just part of the game. But when you can make it happen and not sacrifice quality, it definitely goes a long way. So I've seen that firsthand personally. Where can people jump into the community? Telegram, Discord, and maybe find yourself on Twitter as well.
Yeah, for sure. I would say first things first, go to Pikamoon Coin on our Twitter. I think you've got it up there, so super appreciate that. On Pikamoon.io, you're going to find all of our official links. So jump into the Discord. We have all of our community there actively talking. Our Telegram is more so just an announcement channel, but if you want to get more in depth and, network with the people, super recommend Discord. If you like me personally, then just jump over to Twitter. Again, I'm just 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏
here for me, but I really appreciate the time and coming on and just sharing the vision for what's to come with Pikamoon. And I think when the gaming market kicks back up, I think Pikamoon should be a pretty exciting one to watch for sure.
For sure. I super appreciate your time and being able to come on and speak a little bit about Pikamoon, bro. And I think I'll see you next week in Dubai as well. I've heard you're coming out. And I'm going to come to the event as well. So excited to meet you in person for sure.
All right, perfect. We'll definitely connect out there. And guys, smash the like button, subscribe, follow Pikamoon, follow Luke on Twitter as well. Hop in their Discord. Their community is super lively. And I mean, I haven't seen many communities develop like that in such a fast time, like I've mentioned over the show. So show them some love, follow the Twitter, jump in the community, like and subscribe, help us push to that 100K number. And we will see you guys on the next one. Y'all have a great rest of y'all's day. And as always, play well, my friends.